Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and today I'm joined by...
Nerdarchist Dave.
And today we're diving back into the Unearthed Arcana. This time we're talking about the three-pillar experience. Jump down the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with us.
So 1 pillar, 2 pillar, 3 pillar, no 4. We are talking about Unearthed Arcana, 3 Pillars of Experience by Mike Mearls.
All right, so this was an interesting read. We got to read his take on the Greyhawk Initiative, which I didn't find quite as useful as I think this one is. What do you think?
So I feel like the Greyhawk Initiative actually added a lot of complexity to the game, where I feel like this one actually simplifies a lot of things and offers up interesting choices for a DM.
All right, so what this does is it breaks down the XP, the leveling system of 5th edition, and it shows you that, number one, you can get XP for things like interaction and exploration, as opposed to just, oh, I fought a monster, I get XP from that.
And also, I think Mike Mearls might be showing his grognard roots a little bit with this one, because he goes way back, and he's really pulling rules that were in AD&D, 1st edition, 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons, kind of inserting them back in 5th edition.
Yeah, that's where you used to be able to get XP for finding treasure. You could get a percentage of the value in XP.
Yeah, both magic items and XP used to equal experience. And then in 3rd edition, they introduced a way to actually gain experience from things like traps. Now, it doesn't explicitly say that in here, but if you look at the exploration rules for the 3 pillars, that would totally work for traps as well.
Well, now, in here it goes a lot into tiers. So if you're reading through this and say, well, what are the different levels or tiers of play? If you actually turn to page 36 through 38 of your Dungeon Master's Guide, it actually tells you what the different level breakdowns are.
And that's insanely helpful. Like I said, like even your traps are also tiered as well. So you could look at that and go, oh, well, my party overcame a trap or survived a trap, and now you can give them XP for it. And it really works in this really simplistic blocks of 100, right?
And that, to me, I think was, for anyone who's actually calculating recording XP, when you start getting into the thousands and things have minuscule numbers, it becomes pointless. And there's sometimes that you fight things that are in no way, shape, or form are a challenge, and yet you're getting XP. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go fight, a million zombies until I level up. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not a challenge for you when you can fireball them all from across the room. It's just...
Well, even worse, it's like rabbits and MMOs, where you just go out there and grind on rabbits.
So here, it actually goes into a system where anything below your tier just doesn't have a value to you. So whether you encounter an NPC and convince them to do something, or you encounter a monster that just, you walk through, or you encounter, a new area that is insignificant to your level of play, it's just not a valuable, not worth any XP for you. It can still be fun, it can still be enjoyable to do in the game, but it doesn't progress you towards the level.
So that's close, Ted, but not quite. It's actually, if it's significantly below your level for fighting monsters, it just drops down how much XP you actually get to a very small number. But you still get something, so you could grind on rabbits forever if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's one of the reasons why, I'm not going to move away from the milestones.
Now, 3rd edition did that. Like, if they were significantly too weak to be a challenge to you, you didn't get XP. And also, like, the other areas in this, like treasure and exploration and that kind of stuff, that still holds true, what you said.
So, as Dave says, the level amount is you need 100 XP. When you level, you reduce the XP you need to the next level by 100. So if I'm at 114 now because I just gained XP. All right, well, let's take off 100. I now have 14 XP. I need 86 more to gain a level. It makes it streamlined, and typically, unless you're getting into that weird situation where monsters are significantly below your level, you're going to get 5 XP, 10 XP, or 20 XP, and you can do things. It's like, oh, well, we just did something awesome that's literally a fifth of a level. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and also it kind of goes into the same kind of thing for interaction, exploration, and finding areas that, and so it depends on like the significance. Like those, the interactions and with NPCs as well as exploration, they're a little bit more amorphous, and that's because it's based on tier.
Yeah, because it's like, is it significant to a small town or a village? Is it significant to a kingdom? Is it significant to the world? Or is it significant to, like, the greater cosmos? So, like, and, like, when you apply the same thing to an interaction, like, oh, in order to get that same XP when you're 17th level and above, it's like you have to convince a deity of something. Like, holy crap! That's just like, woo!
You're
like,
putting the epic in epic levels.
Absolutely.
And then it also further goes into the rules of, hey, well, I don't use this tier, or I don't use that tier. How do you switch it up? And the other thing that's really nice, too, is it makes it really easy to control how fast the players advance through their levels as well. Because even though you're using that 100, that stays the same. Like, it uses the number 10 as being really round, but you could either increase that 10, to 20, or you could make a standard of 5. You could adjust it like, oh, how many interactions or counters of such and such is it going to be before they get a level? And it becomes like really simplified math. Like, so now you have the XP system that we have now, which is like, can be all over the place. You just divide it up, and the players are going to get what they get. Or you could use like milestone leveling, where things happen and they level up, and that's how you do it. You don't track anything. Or you have this really like simplified math system in between.
Now, you use the word divide up, for the other system. For this one, there's no dividers. The XP for the encounter or for the thing that you do, everyone in the party gets it. So the 5, 10, 20, some cases 2, what have you, everybody gets the same amount. So it is interesting. And you mentioned, using less than the 3 pillars, and you said it quickly, so I want to get into a little bit more deeply. We have that 3 structured pillar of D&D, and not everybody plays the same way. So, well, what happens if you only use 2? Well, if you're using that, it suggests you double the XP. Where if you're only going to use 1, it says to triple it. So I don't know how someone's running a solo pillar game. If you want to run a completely social game where the mechanics are nothing, well,
isn't that White Wolf?
Well, maybe. To me, that just sounds like let's just go have conversations, which can be fun. I greatly enjoy role playing, but there's still mechanics that want to get involved, and there's still things that you want to do. So, to each your own, but the part that I love the most about that is it specifically calls out, hey, if you don't use one of these pillars in your game, it's okay. People do it. So if you're out there and you're not using combat, exploration, or social, that's fine. Run the game the way you want. As Mike Mearls says, it's okay.
Right, and then he gives you rules for like compensating for that as well. Yeah, like I think this is awesome for maybe a less experienced GM who wants to do something different, or it also in some ways gives them permission to go, oh, this other stuff really does matter too. Same with the players, right? When you give the player XP for role playing, which would be your social interactions or the exploration and overcoming traps and solving problems that are not combat, like it sends a signal to them that this stuff matters and it's important and it's okay.
Yep. So what do you guys think? Have you had a chance to dive into this Unearthed Arcana? I think it's awesome. I think it's great. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And so until next time, stay nerdy.